Welcome to Crafts2Go, presented by the Brazoria County Library System. I'm Jennifer, and today I'm going to teach you the basics of crochet. In the process, I'll show you how to make a cute little bookworm bookmark like this one. You can pick up a kit that includes everything you'll need to make your own bookworm bookmarks at your closest Brazoria County Library branch. The kit has instructions and some yarn, a crochet hook of your very own, a yarn needle, and some googly eyes for a finishing touch. Now we need to get the yarn onto the hook, and we're going to do that by making a slip knot. Do you know how to make a slip knot? Here's how I do it. I unwind some yarn, and I take the tail of the yarn, that's the loose end here, and cross it over and make a loop. Then I'm going to lift this edge of the loop and slide the tail underneath. So I have something that looks a little bit like an 8. Now I am going to grab the yarn that goes through the middle of the loop, and while holding on to the tail and the other end of the yarn, I am going to pull the loop and tighten the knot there. There's your slip knot. Now I'm going to pass the loop over the end of the crochet hook, and then here's the magic of a slip knot. I pull the tail, and that tightens the loop around the crochet hook. Make sure you get it around the fattest part of the hook here, not the skinny part just under the hook. Okay, we got the yarn on the hook. Next, let's talk about how to hold your materials while you crochet. Here's what I do. I use my right hand to hold on to the crochet hook, securing it against my middle finger with my thumb, and then I place my index finger on top of the loop of yarn to hold it in place while I work. Then I take my left hand and this end of the yarn that goes to the ball, called the ball end, I wrap it around my pinky and over the top of my index finger like so. And then I can use my left hand here to hold a little bit of tension on the yarn. That means it's just stretched out a little bit, because if it's loose and floppy, I'm not going to get it to go where I want it to go. But with a little bit of tension, it will. Then I'm going to trap the tail end of the yarn between my middle finger and my ring finger. Now, let me let you in on a little secret here. There's no crochet law, so if this isn't comfortable for you, but you find a way to hold these materials that keeps some tension on the yarn and allows you to move the hook around, hold them that way. Whatever way feels good to your hands is the way that's right for you. Okay, so now we're all holding our hooks and our yarn in a way that feels comfortable and allows us to hold tension and move our hook. Let's learn our first stitch, and it's called a chain stitch. Here's how we'll do it. Pass the hook underneath the yarn ball end, and then pull that loop through the one that was on your crochet hook. Did you get that? Yarn over, pull through the loop. Do you see how I'm moving that tail end of the yarn around with my thumb to make it easier to get the yarn over through the loop? Yarn over, pull through the loop. Yarn over, pull through the loop. And I'm also, after I yarn over, I rotate the crochet hook a little bit so I can use this hook to pull the yarn through the loop that was on the shank of the crochet hook. All right, let's try. Yarn over, pull through. Yarn over, pull through. Yarn over, pull through. Yarn over, pull through. Look at that. I have a number of chain stitches now. Let's count them. here is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 chain stitches. Do you see the little V's there? Each of those V's is 1 stitch. Now let's make 60 more. All right, now we have 70 chain stitches. Wow, that's a lot. And it's time for us to learn how to do the double crochet stitch, which is the only other stitch we need to know to make this bookmark. And we'll begin by counting chain stitches. We're going to find the 3rd one from the hook. Remember, a V of yarn is 1 stitch. So there's 1, there's 2, here's 3. So this stitch is the one we're going to work into. Yarn over, push the tip of the crochet hook through that 3rd chain stitch, front to back. And then, let's look at this. We now have 3 loops on our hook. Yarn over, pull this yarn over through the first 2 loops. 1, 2, yarn over, and pull this yarn over through the remaining 2 loops. 1, 2. And there we have our first double crochet stitch. That was kind of quick. Let's review those steps. Yarn over from the bottom and across the top. Then you're going to put the tip of your needle through the 3rd chain stitch, counting from the crochet hook. That's this one. Push it through from the front to the back. Oops. There we go. And now we have 3 loops on our hook. Yarn over and pull that through the first 2 loops on the hook. Twist the needle however you need to help pull the yarn through. Yarn over again and pull that yarn over through the last 2 loops. 1, 2, and you're done. We're going to go back into the same chain stitch and make a 2nd double crochet stitch. Yarn over, through, yarn over, pull it through 1, and 2, yarn over, pull it through both loops. I have my first 2 double crochet stitches. I am going to do the same thing 11 more times. So I'm going to find the next 11 chain stitches, and in each one I will do 2 double crochet stitches. Or if you want the body of your bookworm to be longer, you can do more. It's up to you. I have my double crochet stitches completed. We're going to finish this off with a slip stitch, working into the next chain stitch. Put the hook tip through that chain stitch from front to back and yarn over, then pull the yarn over through the chain stitch and through the last loop on the hook. And that's a slip stitch. And then I'm going to stretch out that loop that's on the hook, slide the hook out, and pass the ball through the loop. And then, oops, got the tail caught in there. I will tighten it to tie a knot and grab my scissors, cut the yarn, leaving a couple inches of yarn so I can use the needle to hide the end and secure it in the crochet. So that's the next step. I'm going to grab the yarn needle and put the yarn through the eye. And then I will use the tip of the needle to tuck in or weave in the end. It can be referred to as either, and I am just passing the tip of the needle through the stitches and hiding the end of the yarn, but this also helps secure it so it doesn't come loose later on. When I feel like it's securely held and hidden, I am going to take my scissors and trim this yarn close to the work, being careful not to cut where I have crocheted. There we go. And I will do the same thing with the other end of the yarn. Good enough. And I will once again take my scissors and trim the yarn close to the work. And now for the finishing touch. We're going to add our googly eyes to our bookworm. And what I'm going to do is take some fabric glue and make 2 dots where I want the eyes to go. Boop, boop. Get creative, give it some expression by putting the eyes where you think it's fun to have them. I think mine looks rather serious. But there you have it, your first crochet project. We look forward to seeing you in the library when you come in to pick up your kit to make your own bookworm bookmarks. Thanks for joining us. See you around.